Hello there YouTube, it's Ro here. Thank you for visiting You Grow Ro. If this is your first time here, I hope you'll consider subscribing at the end of this video. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you. Today we're getting crafty. I'll show you what we're making in just a second. Today we'll be making some Kokedama. That term in Japanese means moss ball. It's a method of growing plants in handmade moss balls. Now, I found out about this technique, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. And I meant to give it a try back then, but never did. And then recently I got a hold of a lacy aloe that had a bunch of pups, and I was going to be transplanting some of them into their own pots. Well, I wanted to put some sphagnum moss on top to make them look nice. And I had a lot of that sphagnum moss left over. It comes in a sheet like this. And this is probably just a quarter of what's left. So I did these 3 balls. This is a lacy aloe. Isn't she gorgeous? And then here is another lacy aloe. It's too gorgeous. And finally, I did a Prince of Orange philodendron. This was already growing in a water bowl anyway, so I figured this should be easy to transplant into this method, and it looks okay. These have only been in this state now for 48 hours, so 2 days. And the sphagnum moss comes, like I said, in this sheet. Looks like this. And then when you rehydrate it, it looks like this. And then I also have some soil here with some earthworm castings. Alrighty, let's get to it. So I hear tell that succulents make great candidates for the Kokedama because you don't need to water them so frequently. So like with that in mind, cacti might be a great option too, depending on what kind of light you do and don't have. I have a whole tray of succulents here. And let's pick one to try out. That's a cute little guy. Let's go with this one. But I saw multiple methods for how people done this. Some people didn't even bother cleaning the soil off. They were just like, look, we make a hole big enough for the whole thing in your Kokedama and you're good to go. Some people were like, you gotta get that other soil off. I'm somewhere in the middle. This is already on my nerves, so I'm not gonna... I'm getting frustrated with this already, so I'm not gonna be removing so much of the soil from this one. Although I did from one of the others. I do recall I got most of the soil off of one of the others. I don't remember which one it was. Anyway, so I did see one person who decided that in their method, they like to, which was different from others, coat the root ball in sphagnum moss first. And I did do this with one of the other ones. I don't remember which one. Oh, got it all dirty in there. Jeez, Ro. So I'm trying to keep it a little on the thin side. I don't want a thick layer of sphagnum moss. I want a thin layer of sphagnum moss. And this is just to help that root ball retain as much moisture as possible. In the interest of that, I think if you wanted to incorporate cocoa coir, that would be a good idea. Okay, so that's good enough. And then now I'm going to build my Kokedama around, and I can tell I need more water. I haven't quite figured out the perfect texture. I was playing around with different textures yesterday, but never quite got there. So you're just gonna have to play with it. Cover this up with some soil and make a small ball around it. My understanding is you don't want to go too big. Okay, so this consistency seems to be holding together pretty good for the soil. I don't know how to describe it, so that doesn't help you guys out at all. And this really just takes some patience, it feels like, you know, which is fine. It's kind of fun to do. I was gonna make myself a succulent garden. And then, but I wanted to know what I could do with the rest of that sphagnum moss, and I came across this again. So now, on those 3 other Kokedamas I did yesterday, I used a cactus mix. Cactus citrus soil mix. Alright, so now I got my ball, kinda. I'm gonna go ahead and cover it again with sphagnum moss. Set this to the side. This is wanting to come apart. No, don't do it. Get down! No. Now I'm going to attempt to cover this in sphagnum moss, but first, this is one method I didn't try yesterday. So we're going to try it today to see if it works. It looked like it was a nice method. So you're just going to spread some of this out in a flat sheet. That's the sphagnum moss there, and kind of press it all together. I don't know why this sphagnum moss smells like a horse to me. Or something. It's some kind of barnyard animal. It's very possible that I don't know what a horse smells like. That big old hair, I know that. Okay. So here we go. I hope we're still intact. Yes, we are. Just gonna set it right here. Oh, this might be so much easier for me than the last way. I struggled doing it the other way a lot more than what I am right now. I mean, because this is, it's going way smoother than it has in the past. All right, I think that is my new method. I just need this to hold on long enough for me to okay, here we go. There are some people I saw who were proficient at this. I need y'all to understand already off the rip, I am not. Mine was looking a mess. So perfection is not necessary. I've seen some like TikTok ones where they do some really ornamental tying, and obviously I haven't, nowhere near that. And then once you get to the end, you're just gonna tuck it in somewhere. There we go. All right. Now just trying to shape it into a nice ball. You just gotta keep working it. I'm also gonna try and squeeze out some of this excess water as well. Alright. I need to use some more twine, but you get the picture. Ta-da! Not exactly round, but it's round-ish. Anyways, it'll work. Now you can display these a number of different ways. You can display them on trivets. These are some of my homemade trivets. You could display them on some kind of natural surface. This is just that sphagnum moss. I wouldn't put them on this super damp because, as you can see, look, some of that moisture is transferring to this. But you could do something like that with like a slab of wood. You could also use a shallow bowl. So this one is a cabbage leaf. You could even throw some rocks or some stones in the bottom of this and put some water in here. Kind of be like a self-watering type of thing. Definitely keep the humidity up around whatever plant was there. Or you could put multiples together in one dish. Like that. Something like that. Or or you can hang them. You wouldn't want to do it the way I've done it here. I just threw this together to get it up, but to display what it could look like. But you could hang them. Personally, I have an affinity towards the trivets because I've made so many of them over the years. I used to sell them at craft shops, but you could do Zentangle on them like I've done here. These are all Zentangle. Or you could do something really organic like these. Or you could do something like this where you're kind of doing the Zentangle, but not really. Or you could grout some tiles and do that. Or you can print some pictures and then put a clear coat over them. Possibilities are endless for the trivet thing. And then I also put, this was the name of my shop, Designer Row. I put cork backing on mine to keep them from scratching tables, and then they have a clear coat on them to protect the design from being messed up. Alright, that does it for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share with your family and friends. If you'd like to leave me a comment, please do so below. I'd love to hear from you. And I will see you guys in another video on another day. Until then, happy crafting, my friends.